Ladies and gentlemen, the second to last weekend of the NFL season coming up. We have the AFC, the NFC Conference Championships coming up this Sunday. Someone's going home, someone's moving on to the Super Bowl. We'll be covering the best bets here, the money line, the spreads, the over-unders. Let's break it down. So, guys, this is it. The regular season completely flew by. The playoffs have been flying by. We're moving on to the conference championship weekend. 2 games this Sunday. There's only 4 teams left over battling it out for a shot to make the Super Bowl. Whoever wins, they're moving on to the Super Bowl. They'll have a couple weeks off, and they'll be battling out to see who's going to be the champ to end the season. We're going to be breaking down our 2 matchups, predicting the winner, loser, final score. But in this video, we're going to be focusing on the best bets, the money line, the spread, the over-unders. What I need you to do, first things first, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment down below. Who do you think wins these games? What's your final score prediction? What's your favorite bet coming up this weekend? Drop it in the comment section. I'll make sure to respond to every single comment. If you want to sign up for one of our member teams, check out that pinned comment below, and let's jump into our Sunday games. And our very first game kicking off the conference championship round, the AFC Championship this coming Sunday, January 25th, 3 p.m. This season's been flying by so fast. This one's going to be on CBS. You have the 14-3 New England Patriots. You got to give this team some props. Just think about where this team was last year. They hire Vrabel, a Bill Belichick disciple. He's completely flipped this team, has them looking like the old Bill Belichick New England Patriots. You got Drake May out there. He's not Tom Brady, but he's having a really good season. The Pats, very lucky fan base. Bill Belichick, Tom Brady. Now you have Vrabel and a very young Drake May. Future looks bright. They're on the road, and one of the most difficult places to play on the road versus the 14-3, the number 1 seed, Denver Broncos. High altitude, very difficult for road teams to play. We already discussed Bo Nix will not be starting. That is a massive loss. You have to feel bad for Broncos fans. Sean Payton, this was his chance to get back to the Super Bowl. He had the young quarterback, ground game, great passing attack, really good defense, top 3 overall NFL defense, and you lose your star quarterback. Stidham's going to be getting the nod. Some people said Stidham has a lot of reps as a backup. We'll be just fine. I don't know that. Maybe you will, but this guy has now thrown an NFL pass in over 2 seasons. The 2023 season, he had 2 starts. That's the last time we've actually seen him throw a ball in the NFL. 7-year guy, been in the NFL a while. We've seen a lot of him. But can he really pick up for Bo Nix? Sean Payton is an offensive guru. If anyone can work the magic, it's definitely going to be him. Thankfully, they're at home, and thankfully, they have an incredibly good front 7. They're going to get after it, create havoc in the backfield. Hopefully, that havoc can lead to some turnovers. Looking at the matchup, you have New England on the road, 58.4% chance to win. Denver, 41.6%. The Patriots, 4.5-point favorites, 42 over-under. Vegas does see a very low-scoring game. It's interesting. The spread's actually moving down as the week goes along. A lot of people are actually starting to have a lot of faith in the Broncos, and maybe this is it. Maybe this is when they put it together. Just to take a look at the Patriots overall, Drake May, 4,400 yards, 31 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. He's one of the finalists for the MVP. Probably going to be him versus Stafford, who's going to ultimately get it. 2 of the best quarterbacks, the young guy, the veteran, and we actually get to see both of them play on Sunday. Trevion Henderson just shy of 1,000 yards. Stephon Diggs, the veteran himself, almost 1,100 yards receiving. If you need a first down, 3rd and long, you got to look out for Diggs. He's a trustworthy guy for the 3rd down option. Looking at Denver, Bo Nix obviously got 4,000 passing yards, 25 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. It's not just what he does with his arm, it's also what he can do with his legs. He's a game changer. 356 rush yards, 5 rushing touchdowns. He's not a dual threat quarterback, but he's definitely a mobile quarterback. He will extend plays. He'll get out of pressure for this aggressive Patriots rushing attack who can shut the run down. You want a quarterback to use his legs and get out of pressure, still keeping his eye looking down the field. That's what you had with Bo Nix, but unfortunately, like we already covered, Nix isn't going to be there to help you. Stidham, not a mobile quarterback, not a running quarterback. Can he move? Yes. But he's going to have to beat them vertically with his arm. And unfortunately for Denver, the injuries are now starting to pile up because J.K. Dobbins also out for the season. Great basket. Mims, Sutton, you have the weapons there. They're going to have to help out Stidham. If Stidham wins this game, it's keeping the turnovers down, and it's the Denver defense continuing to do what they do best, create havoc in the backfield, force Drake May into difficult situations, and maybe you can still walk away with the upset victory and end up in the Super Bowl. The Patriots, 28.8 points a game, top 5 overall NFL offense, throwing for 250.5. That's a top 3 passing attack in the NFL. They're running for 128.9. That's also top 5. Such a well-balanced offense. They can throw, they can run, they're aggressive. They're giving up 18.8 points a game, a top 5 defense. You have a top 5 offense, top 5 defense. That's what makes New England, one of the favorites right now to not just get to, but maybe even win the Super Bowl this season. They're giving up 193.5 through the air, solid secondary, 101.7 on the ground, really good rush defense as well. The Broncos, like I said, it's the defense that's going to be key in order to win this game. Driving 23.6, throwing for 223.9, running for 118.7, but a lot of those stats are with Bo Nix as the quarterback. So you can take all those numbers, throw them out. They're not going to help you now. It's all on Stidham, the rushing attack, the wide receivers, and the defense, giving them good field position, getting turnovers, keeping the score low. You don't want to get into a shootout versus the Patriots because obviously Drake May has the edge over Stidham. It is what it is. Keep it low. Maybe get the final possession, and you can sneak out the win. They're giving up 187.2 through the air. Really good secondary. 91.1 on the ground. That's a top 3 rush defense. That's also key. Take the ground game away from the Patriots. Force May to have to beat you with his arm. Problem is, he's more than capable of doing that. Without your full healthy rushing attack, your leading running back, without Bo Nix scrambling, Harvey, McGoffin, they're going to have to be on their A game here in order to give you a shot to get the victory. So what do we have happening in this game? If Bo Nix was here, Denver might even be the favorites at home, but he's not. I have the Patriots walking away with the win here on the road in the high altitude, the mile high. They win this one 26-17. If the Broncos had Bo Nix, you might have a different final score here. Definitely, I would give them a slight edge. They're at home with that elite level defense. If they create a bunch of turnovers, they can pull off the upset. I'm not saying it's not possible. But to me, it just really sucks for Denver. They beat the Bills. They made it here to this game. This was their shot to get back to the Super Bowl. Haven't been there since that Peyton Manning season. And unfortunately, the injury bug robbed them of that opportunity. Patriots win this one. Patriots, without Belichick, without Brady, make it back to the Super Bowl again. And you'll see when you're looking at the final score, I obviously have New England walking away with the money line win, but I'm also going to take them covering the spread, and we're just barely going with the over. A lot of people, a lot of faith in the Broncos defense, think this game's going to be close, think it's going to be low scoring. Turnovers could be the difference. If New England plays a nice, clean game, let their defense dictate the pace, let the offense take the good field position, punch it in. Patriots win this one. And we have one final game left over. That is our NFC Conference Championship. This is the very last game before the Super Bowl. This one also on Sunday, January 25th, 6:30 p.m. on Fox. The 12-5 LA Rams, since the season started, they have been one of the favorites to not just make, but win the Super Bowl. They started out the year so hot. I've been saying for months, the most complete, well-rounded team in the NFL. They have the veteran quarterback. The guy, he's seen it all, been to the Super Bowl before, won big games, lost big games, gotten better throughout his entire career up to this moment. One of the most experienced, if not the most experienced quarterback in the NFL, next to Aaron Rodgers currently right now. And they have the defense. They started out so hot, and then as the season went along, the last 3 to 4 weeks, it kind of fell off. The defense started getting gashed left and right. They're coming off of a win versus a very talented Chicago Bears team. Great offense, physical team, high-scoring team. The defense played a lot better. Things were snowing. It was a very difficult game. They won it in overtime. They have momentum, but they're going up against the Gauntlet, a team they played earlier this year. What was the final score on that one? 31-37, overtime thriller game. The 14-3 Seattle Seahawks, the number 1 seed out of the NFC. If you think the LA Rams are a complete well-rounded team, you have to think the same of the Seattle Seahawks, if not more so. They can score points with anyone. They have an elite defense. Actually, statistically, the number one, not two, not three, not four, the number one defense in the entire NFL. They get after it. Secondary, front seven, they can stop you on both sides. They're going to be tested vertically and on the ground in this game. And they're at home in Seattle, which is where they beat the Rams just a couple weeks ago. Can the Rams make up for that loss? Can Seattle beat a great team twice in one season? Very hard thing to do, but it's not impossible. Right now, Seattle 54.4% chance to win. The Rams 45.6. Seattle 2.5-point favorites, very close to being a pick 'em. The over/under 47.5. Vegas is seeing some points being scored in this game. When you're looking at the matchup, Stafford, the veteran himself, a lot of really good seasons throughout his career. But in my personal opinion, I do think this is his most complete season of his entire career, his most efficient season. He's been reliable from week 1 all the way to week 18, over 4,700 passing yards, 46 touchdowns to 8 interceptions. That is crazy great efficiency, and he has weapons at both levels. He has Williams, 1,300 rushing yards, 10 touchdowns, can also catch the ball out the backfield. He has Nakua, who might be the greatest X factor in the entire NFL. He can run the ball. He can take the deep route. He can do the slot. He can do everything. Put the ball in this guy's hand in space, and he can make some plays. He can pick up massive yards after the catch. He can do that all day long, and you have an efficient point guard quarterback spreading the ball out to the playmakers. Just give it to him. He didn't even play the entire year, still finished with over 1,700 yards and 10 receiving touches, 129 receptions. How do you play the whole season? Might have gotten 2,000 yards this year. You have a great defense. Versus going to have to be on point in this game. But you got to look at Seattle also. Sam Darnold listed as questionable in this game. That's not optional. Have to have your starting quarterback under center. If he doesn't start, Seattle could very well find themselves as the underdog in this game. The Broncos don't have Nicks. That hurt them. Seattle has to have Darnold. Yes, he has a lot of turnovers this year. He had a great year last year with the Vikings. He picked that up this year. 4,100 yards, 25 touchdowns, 14 picks. Got to keep the turnovers down. You don't want to give the Rams extra possession. LA, number one offense in the NFL. Seattle, number one defense in the NFL. It's strength on strength. Something has to give here. You have Walker leading the way. Charbonnet goes down. He's now out for the season. They had the best 1-2 running back combo in the country. Walker, Charbonnet. They're down one of those heads. Thankfully for them, Walker last week, what do you have? 10, 11 carries for over 100 yards. He can carry the weight here. It's just you don't have that second guy that's on his level to spell him, to keep those legs fresh. You want to be able to run the ball. Running the ball controls time of possession, keeps the ball away from the Rams' offense's hand, keeps the ball out of Stafford's hands. Limit the possessions and the time that Stafford can take the ball down the field. That's the key. Running the ball, quarterback's best friend is running the ball. Sam Darnold's going to need that play action. You have Jackson Smith-Njigba. If you say that Nakua is the X factor, you got to put Smith-Njigba right up there with him. 1,800 yards, 119 receptions, 10 receiving touchdowns. This might be the best 1-2 wide receiver facing off versus one another. You have Nakua versus Jackson Smith-Njigba with elite quarterback play. There's going to be points here. It's going to be a really fun game. LA, number one offense, 30.5 points per game. Number one passing attack, 268.1 yards per game. Running for 126.6. That's top 7. They can throw. They can run a complete, well-rounded, balanced offense. They're giving up 20.4 points per game. It's not great. It's about average to slightly above average. Seattle has the edge on defense. LA, the edge on offense. They gave up 216.7 through the air. You can beat this team passing. And they're giving up 110.8 on the ground. The Seahawks, 28.4 points per game. It's not number one, but it's still top 5. That's good enough. They're throwing for 228.1, running for 123.3, also well balanced, giving up 17.2 points a game. That's such a good defense. They get after it. They give up 193.9 through the air, 91.9 on the ground. Great secondary, great front 7. Can they get consistent pressure on Stafford? Can Stafford live up to the name he set his entire career? This is such a tough game to call. The entire year, for about the last 2 months of the season, I was saying the Rams were going to come out of the NFC. They were going to be the representative in the Super Bowl. Now we're at the point where they're facing off versus the Seattle Seahawks, and this game's a pick 'em. We will revisit this right before game time because it's one of those games that I'm very split on. Flip a coin, that's going to be the outcome. This is probably the most difficult game to call of the year, and it's for all the marbles. It's to literally make the Super Bowl to represent the NFC. So who do I have winning? I have the LA Rams walking away with the upset victory, 26-23. It's going to be a tough game. That's going to piss some people off. It's going to make some people happy. When I first did my prediction Sunday night, I actually had the Seahawks winning this one. But since then, Charbonnet's out. Sam Darnold still listed as questionable. That hasn't changed. I hate unknowns. I like knowing all of my variables prior to game time. I've been riding the Rams the whole season. I'm going to stick with them until we get more news on the injury side. But the reason that I ultimately changed, Charbonnet's out for the season, and we still have no updates on Sam Darnold. We have to make sure to look out for that. Give me LA here, 26-23. They move on to the Super Bowl. It's going to be a great Super Bowl no matter what. Because just think, if the Pats win out of the AFC, which they're favored to, we could have a rematch. Pats Seahawks. There's some bad blood there. Seahawks want some revenge. Or Pats Rams. It's still a revenge recap game. No matter what, we are going to set up to have a fun Super Bowl. No matter who comes out of the NFC, guys, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment down below. Who do you think is going to win these games? What's your final score prediction? Drop it in the comment section. If you want to sign up for one of our member teams, check out that pinned comment down there. And as always, thank you for watching. So guys, I'm actually going with the upset pick here. It's a 50-50 game. Flip a coin. That will be the outcome. But give me the LA Rams round 2. They lost the last one. The Rams rebound. They get things back on track here. LA wins this one. Going with the plus 2.5. And we're going to go with the over. So guys, that's going to be our final best bets for our final games right before the Super Bowl. Can you believe the season flew by that quickly? Right after this, the very next game, it's going to be the Super Bowl. It is do or die this coming weekend. Losers going home. Winner punches their ticket. They're going to be playing in the Super Bowl. No matter what, like I said, as long as the Pats win, you're going to have a Super Bowl matchup. You will either have Pats Rams or Pats Seahawks. And probably, you Pats fans there with that Seahawks game. Seahawks fans would love to get another shot at New England. Different teams, but still, the fan bases are still the same. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment down below. Tell me, who do you think is going to win these games? What are your final score predictions? What's your favorite bet coming up this weekend? Drop it in the comment section. I'll respond to every comment. If you want to sign up for one of our member teams, check out that pinned comment down below. And guys, thanks for watching.